Time to stream. Good afternoon. Wow. I have put Alexa stop. So, holy moly. Okay, so it's been a busy day. I've had AI working overtime this last 12 hours, 20 hours, 16 hours, whatever it is, since the last time since I went to bed, and the last time I was online. And I've done a number of things myself, try to get things in place. But we're still not quite up and running from all that. So let's see what we got. I added a whole bunch of new stuff related to coaches. It was mostly getting all the stuff I had done fully plugged in and loading and trying to do all that stuff. And I had a lot of things going at once. I had a bunch of agents working at one time. So I got to go through and see what AI did that maybe broke stuff. Mm-hmm. Fetch league coach. Oh, that's by league ID. Get league coach by league coach ID. So I put a bunch of stuff in my coach data. Some of it didn't quite get put together right. So I got to figure out what it's calling here. See, go to definition, implementation, all references. That's what I want. There are no references to it. Oh. Interesting. All right, let's comment it out. I don't need it right now. Build league coach data. Build league coach data? This gets me, this is when I get to go through and say, why is it saying why is public not allowed for this? Where's all references? Find all references. Huh. Again, don't care about it. I don't know. That's a weird thing anyway. All right, that's what else we got. Oh, well, it lied. It says no references, and then here we are. Hey, look, there's a reference. Bah. Okay. I'm not sure why we have to get league coach data this way anyway, but what's it doing? Asynchronously build coach display data and configure the coach card. So what are we passing in? Initialize coach card async. What is... Build leak coach data. Team option selected. Configure coach. Coach data. Await coach's data that build leak coach data. That's weird. Why is it doing it that way? Is that how it does it for a player? Initialize player cards. Initialize coach card async. A 1-2 code. But why are we doing it that way? Why aren't we just... Player 1, player 2. How does player 1 and player 2 get the image? It occurs to me that my coaches aren't providing the right information. The coach needs to identify what team mascot it comes from on its own. And it is the same as the team mascot, but it's not the team mascot. It's the team... Okay, so my teams... So players... Okay, so... I know, I keep like restarting my sentence. No, go here. Where is this? Oh, it's over here. Let's see, what time is it? 7:30. All right, so we've got players who I believe I have an equivalent value, and I think I need to update them. So player pool. Team name, so they have to have a drafted by salary. Created at faction. Okay, so I think my coaches need to have a faction value. And it's going to come from the coach's default. And that's the player pool. Player pool, it's the drafted by. I think what I'm going to do is, since I don't know the first team most of these coaches were drafted by, and I want to be able to fix it in time, so some of them may change species over time since I figure out how to get this. But I think what I want to do is go here, 2009 coaches, first pro team. I'm going to set the first pro team on all of these to match their current position. That's what I think I'm going to do. Since at the moment I don't have a way to set the first pro team equal to the first pro coaching job held by these coaches. For now, just update the first pro team. I bring them in as all right, this will work. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna have it do a different map. These coaches. For now, just update the first pro team equal to team. And I want you to change the import for these coaches for the import for the coaches files to set first pro team and the C file to faction in the DB collection. Effectively removing the nope. Let's see, how are we going to do that? Oh, no. Nope. It's not going to work. So if these are standardized, I hope they are. Let's do this, but then I want you then as part of the import add a faction value to the coach document created. Set this, set the faction value equal to the game mascot. Define for the team. Defined for the team with the, what is it, source abbreviation? What is that called? This is go away here on my way. Source abbreviation. So my player teams. Okay. Game abbreviation. Team abbreviation. don't think... That's really not all of them. It's 42. Where's the rest? Oh, okay. It changed how this lays out. I don't know what they did. They must have added some kind of a... They did something updated. I don't know if it was the Mongo updated or something. I don't think it's bad. It's kind of actually a little bit better. It's a little more readable, but it's also kind of a pain because I'm not sure. I want to see 80, 34. I'm going to have a 35, but I don't think Game City, game abbreviation, game mascot. Okay, so it is. There's team mascot. Karama, what's the latest? Alright, so let's go back to this. Then as part of the import, add a faction value to the coach document created. Set the faction value equal to the game mascot defined by the team with the team document in the team's collection. Boy, that was fast. In and out, man. It's alright, man. Go do what you gotta do. Value to the game mascot defined to the team document in the team's collection with user ID default and first pro team.
Brought you home a sweet tamale.
A sweet tamale.
I don't know, I've never had one, but Sarah says they're really good.
What's that in it?
I think strawberry, but I don't know.
It almost looks like it could be some kind of rhubarb or something. Maybe strawberry. Cool. Well, is it something you eat cold?
I don't know. I don't know either. I ate 2 tamales today. I ate one mole one and one green chili one.
I'll definitely try it, but I don't want to eat it right now.
You don't want
Put it
it
upstairs
right
right now. Somebody got creative with their tamale making, huh?
Well, the grandma did, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is a thing. I just never had it myself.
Yeah, I remember,
And teams collection with user ID default and team abbreviation first pro team. Then we need to make sure the faction is passed with the league coach record by passed as any league coach document data created from that coach. Do I have, I'm curious, am I creating, do my player pool has factions, but that's just my coach's pool, which is this. But do my league players also store factions, or are they just fetching it? Okay, so they're not storing it. Okay. Okay. Then we need to make sure the faction is passed with any league coach during data, document data created from that coach. Then in the FTZF UI Unity project, initialize player card, initialize coach card. I don't know why it's different. I don't like that it does it different. It bothers me. Update the function to work to be called in the same way that initialize player card is called. Just passing coach object and using faction to load the image. The image. Initialize player card. Initialize coach card. Should function in the same manner as the initialize player card, but just saying different fields. With the coach related. Okay. All right, so what's going on here is I didn't actually define a faction for these guys. And AI in its, I don't want to say infinite wisdom, which is a sarcastic statement. It's not functioning the way I would like it to function. Okay, so we're going to go to implementation on this. And if I split my screen here, let's see, window, horizontal, new vertical tab group. And so I got initialized player card there. And I would like my coach card to pretty much look the same. Which is to say, oh, it's not going to let me split. Oh, can I not split this? I want to split this screen. Can I split this one? Oh, because it's in the same thing. Well, in VS Code, you can create a copy of the same thing. Apparently, you can't do that here. Which is kind of a nuisance. All right, I'm going to undo this one for now. One of the things it didn't do is verify compile, which is kind of annoying too. Because if it had a verified compile, we wouldn't have all these things. But I didn't ask it to verify compile. I assumed it would, but since it didn't, rather than telling it, I want to go through and see what it did. So I'm letting those errors kind of guide me to what it did. And as you can see, I'm already finding problems with the nonsense that it did. Let's go to team option selected here. Nope, wrong one. Oops. No, didn't want to close it. Go here, team option selected. Oh, nope, looked at the wrong one again. This is the one I want. All right, I'll go back up here. I got 105 files changed. This is a lot. This is a big update I did. Again. FTZF UI Unity. All right, so we got league creation. I don't know what all this garbage is. Team. Oh, here we go. I really hate that it keeps bouncing around. It's like if I open anything in another directory, it keeps opening it. Stop it. You're driving me bonkers, man. Stop doing that. This is not where I want this. And there's no way to get away from it. It'll keep doing it. It'll always keep doing it. You can't like, I can go here, close all these. What's it doing now? Wait. Great. What is going on? See, now we're frozen. Ah, stop it. I'm actually like 70% of my weekly cloud code, and it's only Tuesday. Yikes. That's how much stuff I've been doing lately. But now I can't seem to get it to... Good grief. Let's change this. Star.cs. It's not a simplify. Well, I was supposed to. Okay. Apparently, it's not gonna work. I can star.star, but I can't star.cs. I think what's going on though, I think I'm locked up. See, this won't update. I can't get out of this. It's like it got confused. That's not even the one I was working on. Where was I? Am I like behind this? How come I feel like I'm something weird going on? Oh, nope, guess not. I don't know why my search stopped working. Is it because it's weird? Well, I know it's in there. I just don't know why this is doing this. Oh, okay. So I need to do star. There you go. Apparently you need to any directory, any file. Okay. Well, any file with CS. Apparently you can't just say star.cs and get everything that comes before it, unless you're having no directories at all. I mean, truthfully, I didn't really have to have it show up again because I have it, but it was bugging me that it wasn't searching it out. It's a PP, personal problem. Okay. For now, I don't know. Can I drag this over here again? Get it back into a spot where I can use it separately. All right, so we're going to split this. And then I'm going to go, there's an initialized coach card, and we have initialized coach card and initialized player card. So we're going to go here, go to definition. We're going to go down here and initialize coach card async. All right, so they should look the same. Is really what these should be. Configure player, configure coach. Okay. Kind of matches. Kind of, sort of. Doesn't have many comments, but that's all right. We have the adjust font size, which is fine. Looks about the same. Log warning. Okay. Yep. Looks good. We have the debug up above and the call. Yep. Now the only difference is this one's doing a build on the coach. don't know why it's doing it that way. I still feel like, why isn't it just loading it correctly? That's what's weird about it. I mean, why are we building it? Why aren't we just loading it when we get it? It's like, see, there's full player data. And this is coach's data, which is fine. I just didn't want to call it coach. It should be full coach data, but whatever. Because I'm only working with one coach here, so it's not coaches. It's not a list. Coach data. Coach data. New coach. Coaches data. Well, obviously it exists somewhere. Coaches data. Oh, can't. That's not the way you. Gosh dang it! I don't know. Stop it! I'm trying to get rid of the E. There you go. Coach data. Okay, so coach data that build lead coach, and I don't know why this is. How am I getting a new coach's data if we don't actually have? This obviously exists somewhere. Go to reference. How is there no reference for this? Go to implementations. Nope. Go to definition. Well, it didn't say it doesn't exist, but it didn't take me there. All right, so let's try this. Maybe this will be smarter. Go to definition. Aha! Found it. That is so weird. Coaches data. Oh, coaches data. Oh, I see. This is the coaches. That is so weird. This is not how. Why is it doing it this way? So we got the team, full player data, league team. So when we initialize, we should not have a missing coach. That should not even be possible. We're getting rid of that. If it's null, then we got a problem, but we can't have, we have to have a league coach. League ID. Also, what is this being used for? I don't even see that being called. That's dumb. So lead coach has to get set in the same way that player has to be set. Coach card is the object we're going to pass in. Team option selected coach card. Okay. So we have team options. Okay, so yeah, we got that. So we're passing the coach card in from here. But the league coach is an object that is the full object of the league. So when we initialize here, final references. Well, if we're not, if all we need is the 2 players and the coach. Why do we have a league ID? Probably regretting taking this out, but I don't think we need that. Team coaches. Why would there be? Oh, there are team coaches, but that's not what I'm past. That's not what I'm getting back. Oh, that's all. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're giving me. Team coaches. Huh. Huh. Get the coach for this team. Team coaches is parallel to teams list. Yeah, something's weird. I'm gonna have to go see what it's setting, but the coach data should have a faction. I got to see what this is looking at because my players. I get that I have to look through the league's response, but I don't know why I have a team coach's object. Why can't I just look at the team, unless it's fetching the whole team object? Because we have a. I think what it is it's just getting an ID and instead of calling. I think what it's doing is it's trying to get the coach here instead of getting it here. League creation manager, but here we're passing in team option script, initialize team, player 1, player 2, team coach. But we're just initializing it, so all we need is the object. Listen for when this team option is confirmed. So we just need to get the team coach that corresponds to this player. This is just weird. I don't know. This is not. Yeah, this is weird. How are we getting these players? Get the elite players, captains. Okay, so this is pulling it from the captains. I see what's okay. So I'm not a fan of this either. I realized it was doing this, but if we're returning the teams, why aren't we just returning the teams with their rosters? And then, well, because they have to go into the database anyway. Into the local database. And then they're already set to team captain, so they have that as a value. As long as they're marked as team captains, we shouldn't need to do anything. So the question is, what's my error state? Probably have a big error state. There's no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter lead coach of team options selected. Initialize. Oh, what is this one? Player model. Initialize the team option with data. I feel like we may have duplication here. When are we creating another team here? Create team options. Yeah, something's definitely weird here. What? What slash? What is the purpose of this function in the team selection manager.cs? It looks like it is doing the same thing. Find all references. Wait, are we calling the same thing twice? Why are we? No. In the lead creation manager. Looks like it is doing the same thing as create team options in the lead creation. Here is redundant. Now, yeah, I don't know if there ever a time when I need to have two different places. I have lead creation manager and then the team selection manager, but two of them are doing two different things. And we need to get rid of one of them. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like it's a lead creation that's having you go through the process of picking teams and team names and stuff. It's so team selection manager is a carryover. All right. Says got rid of it. So I should be able to do something like rebuild solution. It says it got rid of it, but I'm still looking at it. Oops, that closed all tabs. Did it get rid of it? Team selection. Oh, it did get rid of it. Just currently sort of kind of there. Didn't remove it from my view. It's just kind of gone for the moment. Huh. All right. There you go. It's gone. Well, all right. How do I make you look like exclude from project? There you go. I get rid of it. Now, can we rebuild? Hey, we built. Okay. Now we fixed. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. If I broke stuff. I'm pretty sure I broke stuff because I think I'm missing one little thing. I didn't like the way it was doing something, so I did my own little tweak on it, and I may have misguided things a little because we have create league and display create team options. So this is valid in that, but I need coach to be, so I need to put a break over here. So we're going to attach to Unity. Pretty sure this is going to blow up, but I got to make sure team options, instantiate team options, prefab, team options selected. I want to see what it's getting back here. When we come in here, see, we're getting all the teams, but if we're getting it, yeah, something's totally weird here. I'm confused at what it's doing. It's like, I don't like what it's doing. It's confusing me. So these are null, and then we have the players, and the players are just the captains, which isn't really the full player data. It's just some of the player data, which is also kind of disconcerting. Oh man, I gotta do this. There you go. I'm a 2-tab guy. What? Yeah, let's stop. Let's save everything here. All right. So I put a break. Let's attach back to Unity, and we will run again. You know, I need to go. I need to go talk to AI for a minute. Let's redirect. Once again, you know me. I like to redirect every now and then and just totally jump off the page. I'm gonna have it see if it can change. Can you keep this image exactly the same, but instead of coach on his hat, right? Correctness. Let's see if it can do just simple update. This is This is going to be interesting. Now, there are tools. I have yet to pay for any image tool, and I'm going to have to. I know this. But I'm kind of like, I want to get my base for free. All my base stuff. And then what I'm going to do is go in and say, okay, I need to make tweaks, and I'm going to pay for one of these services and just allow me to just hit all these images. Get a lot of them cleaned up. You get like a boat ton of credits, but in order for me to... Is it doing it? I feel like it's not doing it. All right, let's try this. I'll have to add my image back. I think it got confused. Can you keep this image exactly the same with one simple change? Can you change coach on his hat to arachnids? Let's see if it can make this change. Guess I'll find out what it's able to do. It could get pretty squonky. Oh, you know what? That's probably not going to work anyway. I thought about that, but I probably should just do that as a shader or a mesh, because these coaches can change teams. So having an image, it is cool that it did a good job. It did a good job, but it doesn't really. It only helps if I actually put them on the arachnids, and they may not be on the arachnids. I just did it because it matched his style, but that's not how that would work. So yeah, I'll probably just have to leave it at coach until I come up with a way to put a mesh that matches the team. That's okay. I'll keep it because it's cool, but it's not the one I want. Where's the arachnids? Oh, teams. Team images. Do I even have arachnids in this set? Because it seemed like I hadn't created them yet. Nope. I don't even know which one we're at. 20? We have a number of guys. Talons, saints, lizards, buckrays, rhinos, roaches, labs, eagles, dolphins, swans, alpha pigs. Got some interesting names here, man. There's some definitely interesting names. So I think in that they're not even sorted nice. I have the divas at 32, even though I've only got 3, 6, 9, 18. It looks like I've only got 24 teams. So why did I create the divas at 32? I should probably just set this one to let's make my life extra difficult and create a new folder. And we're going to call this one the 33 something commanders. Oh wait, no, it's arachnids. Commanders. I don't remember what they're called. It's the GMO. It's like the gram. I really don't know what I named them. I don't know what I did. What did I do? They are the something commanders. Can I search? Nope. But at least I can see. See, that's the thing. I can't. Alright, there's an easier way. Let's go over here. I don't want to try to skim through all of them, and then if I miss it, I have to go back and skim through them again. That's just bogus, man. That is not what I want to be doing. I don't want to be doing that because I'm too freaking lazy for that nonsense. I have better things to be doing with my dare time. Maybe. If I can find... Where the heck am I? Oh, there it is. System. Teams. There we go. There we go. Recognize. It's the Gosman Motown. I know it's a terrible name, but Motown's good. Gosman Motown. Arachnids. Look, man, it's hard to come up with city names, especially when they're nonsense. Nonsensical city names are hard. I don't care what you say. Okay, where did the fun I was working in the folder. How did I end up? All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to take this thing just because I can. We're going to drop it in there. All right, so let's do another team. I wanted to do the Vborn Scorned. I need a coach for the Vborn Scorned. And this is my player. One of these is my player model. I think it's this guy. Which one's bigger? 16.8 kilobytes. 1.73 megabytes. All right, we'll do that one. Did I not download this? Oh. Oh, I see what happened there. All right. So, let's go back over here. At this disorganized rate, I need to be like popping it in and saying, do this one, do this one, do this one. I did a pretty good job with this command last time. Let's see how it does this time around. It's coming together. I gave it the image I want and what I said, but I'm hoping it's not doing something like somehow copying this guy, because it's done that before where like it gets stuck on your previous image. What? What is the old prompt? What is not the new image I gave you? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Whatever. Let's try that again. And actually, is it library? It was like library. They. Oh, nope. All right, fine, whatever. Nope. How do I go to new? Sheesh. All right, now add. Oh, I don't need to do that. Let's just drag and drop. All right, now hopefully it's building a new one instead of doing whatever the heck it did with that last one. Uh-oh. Looks like it's messing up. It can't get the helmet off of him. It also doesn't seem to understand. Whoa. Oh, he did. He got the helmet off of him. I guess that kind of works, except he gave him a lion's face. That's not terrible. It does kind of look like a coach. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? Oh, are you referring to Copilot? Yes, that's what I just did. Of course, it's partly because it crashed. That's not a bad thing. I don't think it matches his face, though. I mean, like, this guy's face is more, like, dark and mysterious. But how would I... How would I get that same result? I don't like his... They kind of made him out to be a... I mean, he's got the horns. Kind of made him birdie. I do like, but his face is just wrong. Eyes, horns, and head are good. Can you maybe make the face? I don't know. What do I need to do to this face? More indescript. Maybe make $144p. Is that even a thing? is 144p even a thing? Oh, you can't see the original one because it's so tiny. No, the original one is. I'll show you the original one. It is. This is the original image, see? And I feel like, yeah, it's kind of hidden behind the mask of the helmet, so I get that. But I want it to be more like shadowed or dark or something. Maybe. Maybe. Have him with him. Overhanging brow or cowl that hides his face, allowing for the dark. Shadowed look. Let's see if I can do something a little bit more. Cause see, this is the base starting, right? But he needs to have. Well, it's darker, but I hope it's gonna take off the pads and the shoulder, the helmet. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking good. It's got potential. It's got potential. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Looking pretty good. It's looking good. Let's see. Just give him the eyes. I think we've got it. Oh, but you lost the eyes, man. Gotta put his eyes back. But you forgot to put his eyes back. Got to put his eyes back, man. It did a good job of giving him the shadowed face I want. And the cowl. It's kind of weird because he kind of doubled up on the... kind of doubled up on the cowl by doing a hat and a cowl. Ah, that's not bad. It's not great because it looks like he still has a helmet. his cap. I guess that could be a cap. I like it. I want to go with it. It's not. It's good enough. Like I said, I could always when the day comes and I can afford to have an actual artist helping me out, I can have him tweak some of these images to make them a little bit more great. But that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna like it. All right, so we got the scorned here somewhere. Oh, here we are. And then we're gonna go coach. Scorned coach. And then I'm gonna go. Oh, wait. And then I gotta fix it. So we gotta do something like AI actions, remove background. And we will also turn it into a square. Square-ish. That's square-ish. I think it's a little off, but it could be worse. All right, save. Head's kind of tall. Things are a little weird, but I think it'll work. Did it? See, it's creating it with a background, which is really weird. Why? I save it. I don't know why it's not saving over the original with the no background. It's like it says, oh, I'm trying to save it with no background, but it's like, no, I'm going to go ahead and put the background back. Well, that's share. I don't want to share it. I want to save as. But as you can see, now you know why it's such a pain to do images. Where the heck my folder go? It's gone, man. Where's my folders? Oh, there it is. Scorned. All right, so then I take this guy and move it out of the way. Close that. See, like that one, when I try to save over it, I get the white background. But when I try to save as a different image, it gives me the no background. Why, you say? I don't know. I don't understand these things. It's a bug, I think. All right, so let's go to coaches. And we're going to drop my brand new coach into my coaches folder. I have now the scorned coach. So if this guy gets a job, he'll show up as that. He has to get a job, though. I don't know who he is, but whoever he is, he's that guy. Who was the coach for Denver in 2009? Alexa, who was the coach for the Broncos in 2009?
Josh McDaniels was the head coach for the Denver Broncos in 2009.
Yikes, McDaniels? Really? Is Josh McDaniels still a coach? I don't know. A lot of coaches recycle for a long time. Coaches, their jobs are like, I mean, I wonder how many different head coaches there's been in the last 10 years. Because you figure like 6 or 7 get, well, probably somewhere between 5 and 7 get replaced every year, right? As just a normal course of the league, you know, get fired and whatever else. But still, that's only, if you figure 15 years, that's what, 75 new coaches? And that's only, but the thing is, those positions get filled by some of the ones who got fired. So a lot of times it's like there's 5 to 7 open positions, but by the end of the year, there's only 3 to 5 new coaches in the league on any given year. It's probably only so since 2009, you got to figure there's probably haven't been more than maybe 50 new head coaches tops. I mean, I would be, I would almost be surprised, 15 years, 5 coaches, that's 75. So that's 75 new coaches if 5 new coaches get the job. And I tend to think it's more like 4. So there might be 50 to 60 head coaches a year that are different. And some coaches, yeah, go do your, I don't know about you, man. Enjoy your day. Have a good one. All right. Where was I? So yeah, I don't know how many new coaches I'll actually have in my league when all is said and done. So I'm going to try not to repeat coaches. I want to have them have this. They'll be the same coach. So if you rehire a coach that retired, maybe I'll have like a max number of years for a coach, just because. Now, here's something I never really considered. I was thinking like, all right, so there's a game called The Program. It's a mobile game based on college football. It's pretty decent. I got through. I leveled up about 12 seasons, 13 seasons to go from the first level to the second, and I'm destroying the second league. I've won, I think, a full season or 2 seasons. It's really easy at the next level. I don't know which ones are hard. I've been trying to pick the hardest one, but it's hard to know. But I'm burning out just because it's kind of samey. It doesn't have a lot of new stuff. It's, you kind of determine the formula for who you're going to draft pick, and then you have 5 days a week to do basically the same thing every day. You have a little control over how you're going to optimize. And really it's just a game of optimization. Your guys will get better if you fully optimize and you do your scouting for your players. And the scouting is kind of fun, driving around, each day you move over and you go get another guy and you try to get him in, and just who you're going to get. That's the big anticipation. Who are you going to get for the next season? And eventually you try to get a decent lot. And then you try to keep building them up with certain strategies. And I feel like I've kind of optimized it even after just, 13 seasons of the basic. And I think it's just it's just rinse and repeat. Each time you level up to another conference, you just rinse and repeat. You're just playing harder competition, but you're getting better players. But apparently that's not the case. There's the rinse and repeat may be the case, but people don't apparently burn out very often because they level up in their conference. There are like 6 or 7 levels of conference advancing, and it takes 10 to 20 seasons, depending on you and how good you are, to get the heck out of a conference. Because there's all these goals and things you have to meet before you can even qualify to leave to go to another conference. And so it can take a long time just to meet those criteria. Like you have to have like a 7-sack season or 2 or 3 7-sack seasons. So you got to have guys who can dominate at certain positions, and you got trying to build up guys to do that. And you got to win enough games to get the points, because you have to have a certain number of points to get out of those conferences. So you just keep doing that. But to do that, to go through all 6 or 7 conferences, and some I hear it's probably harder than 10 or 20 seasons at certain levels. Let's say it takes you on the average. Let's say it's 10. And that's. I doubt you can do it in 10. I'd be closer to saying it's probably more like 15 to 20, but we'll say 10. That is 70 seasons of play. Now that's free roaming seasons. That's you just being able to do your thing, play a game, do your thing, play a game, do your thing, play a game, just go as fast as you can. And it can take a little while to get through a season. You know, I could finish a season in a few days. You can technically finish a season in a day if you're willing to just sit there and do it. It takes some time to go through every game, though. I typically won't play that long. I'll get through, you know, maybe 2 or 3 games. But lately, I haven't been playing at all. So it's just like I said, I was burning out after the second one because it just felt it got a little too samey. It doesn't mean I don't like it enough to go back and play it some more. I just needed a break. So people, if they like the game, is all what I'm saying is if they like the game, it's not unreasonable to expect that they're going to play. Some people said they had like 100 seasons plus in their play. 100 plus seasons. That is a lot of seasons. But if you can get people who like it enough and they play for 100 seasons, great. You know, and I would love to have my game be popular enough that people are playing 100 seasons. It's got to have enough going for it that people want to play for 100 seasons. Now, player leagues will never be able to get that far. I mean, it'd be difficult because they're scheduled games because you got to give everybody in the league a chance to do their thing. Even if I can have a fast league where maybe scheduled games take place at you know, like maybe a day is a week. And you got to get all your stuff in. That would be really fast. That'd be crazy fast. So you got to get all your things in. You can set your whole week, though. I mean, I've already kind of defined that you can set the whole week in advance. But you get less time based on when your game is, or more time. Maybe you have a Monday night game, so you may actually get 8 days of practice or whatever you want to do. But you may have a Thursday night game and you only get like 3 days of practice, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's, you know, and then if you have a bye, you get 14 days of practice. You get more time. So I'll probably on a Monday, I'll say this is how many hours you have to work on different things. And then you get to define how you want to do your time. So if it's a 1-day league, it'll let that stuff happen, but it happens within that day. It'll process it within a day before your next game shows. You just get less time each week. And so there won't be a need that you have to promote to the next day. But if you want to be able to see how things are progressing, you can step through the days, or if you don't, it'll just do them, you know. So but that's fast. Even if I was to try to get it set up where you can do a day, and then I'm going to have to do with something like, which I don't really care for, is allow people to do stuff like have default sets, instructions. This is what I do every week. This way, if you don't get a chance to do your part, it'll do something for you. Your team isn't going to just be abandoned. It'll, you know, or you're going to fall behind because you didn't do your coach's stuff. I want to have push notifications and stuff so when your game is running, it'll tell you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, okay, I've got a coach in my coach list. Let's go see what happens when I run this. I want to see what happens. I'm guessing stuff breaks because I'm pretty sure it can't possibly all work in one try. That's a no-go. The rules of the world, you can't do a big change and everything work on the first try. So we're going to find out what can work. What does work? Where am I going? So we're going to see how this loads up. Oops. Well, I do got to turn on my data. Wait, what? I don't know what that was. It was my change versus his change, and I'm going to leave his change alone, even though I'm pretty sure it's not going to work, but whatever. Nope, did we get a compile error now because of that? Oh, no, we're good. We're just waiting for stuff to load, I guess. It's doing it slow as snot, but it's... what is the latest update? Bezzy has updated again. Bezzy updates, I think, like every week. And I don't even know half the stuff it's doing. Bezzy's a very active updater. Let's go see what Bezzy did while I wait for those to start. Change log. All right, so March 10th update. Added org optimizations. Fixed a bug or a new message will sometimes result in unrecoverable. Removed retry functionality from errors to prevent unintended loss of data. Fixed a bug where occasionally duplicate subscriptions would be created for the same user, resulting in account information discrepancy. Added performance improvements to view hierarchy and view game object tools for larger scenes. Added performance improvements to view hierarchy and view game object tools for larger scenes. I don't know what my scene feels pretty large, but maybe it's not that large. I don't know. What's a larger scene? Now I gotta update the plugin. Now I have a thing that's supposed to set the font, so theoretically I could probably make these fonts smaller, but let's see how they size when I put it on. Let's even see if it loads. I'm not even sure what it's going to do at the moment. How are we doing over here? All right, that's all I need. Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I need to. I gotta restart my league. I didn't even think about that. Why is this even running? Why does this think it's running? Oh, it is. It thinks. Alright. Thinks it's running because it is running. Okay, so we're gonna go back to system init. System init. Coaches. What is this coach's seed? Okay. Oh. I guess that's if I set it. Okay, so we'll leave that alone. I don't think that's... Yeah, that's not a thing. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's finish with that one. All right, so we need to pull in this data. I'm wondering if I should also put in their pro experience. Because I want a value to show up. It's not right, but until I can figure that out, let's go ahead and cut it in. Maybe I don't need pro experience. There's years in league, which is 0. But that would be everybody. All coaches would start in every league with 0. That's not right. Nah, I'm gonna set it. Use a random value of 1 to 10 years. Slightly weighted on values of 1 to 5. Not already returned as part of league coaching data. Already returned as part of the coaching data. Add it to the new coaches response. So it can be loaded as the experience. Loading. I mean, some coaches coach for a long time, right? I mean, like 10, 15, 20 years more. I mean, what is the typical NFL career length coach? I know some can go pretty long. "28 years. Bill Belichick. Really? He coached for 28 years? Holy moly. Most are fired quickly." I guess not. It's not normal to go all that long. All right, so we'll go weighted on 1 to 4. Weighted heavily on 1 to 4. Okay, I need you to give default values to these coaches for pro experience. Use a random value of 1 to, we'll say 1 to 13 years. 1 to 13 years for position HC. Weighted heavily on 1 to 4. And slightly more for five to 9 with few. 10 to 13. PC and OC positions. DCs and OCs for total pro career lengths. I'm counting those positions in an HC's career. All right. What time is it? 1:46. So I'm going to go a few more minutes and then. So it's still typical total NFL careers 10 to 15. Don Shula had 33 seasons as a coach in general. Okay, so we're going to do this differently then. Yeah, we're going to do this differently. We're going to go pro experience. Use a random value of 1 to, well, I don't think I want them to come into the league with that much experience though, because I want to be able to let them, you know, grow. Let them have some experience through the league. Use a random value 1 to 20 years for position. HC weighed heavily on 1 to 10. And slightly 11 to 15. 1 with few 15 to 20. DC and OC positions use similar weights, but on a range of 1 to 5. Heavy 1 to 2. Medium 2 to 4, and few 5. Lead coaching data. Add it to the lead coach's response when so it can be loaded as the experience value when loading coaching cards. So if I were to go look at my lead coaches, I'm going to be rebuilding all this stuff up in a minute. Rebuild. Years in league is kind of wrong. Years in league should probably be years coaching. Or a coaching experience. That's what that should be. Cervinicus. I have it called years in league, but that's not quite right. League coaches league during creative process as experience. So make sure to add to the proto. It can also be included in the league coaches record and created with to make since it will be updated in time. I'm trying to decide how to do coaches. I mean, I know how I'm affecting their AI, and hopefully they'll get smarter and better over time. But I'm also trying to figure out how I want to like have them ebb and flow. You know, win-loss ratios, matter, right? So if a coach is fired, I don't really want to break they are who they are kind of thing, but I got to see how they do when they swap teams. Is it possible that a coach gets so good that he just wins no matter what and nobody ever wants to fire him? At some point he has to retire, right? He's going to say, okay, enough's enough. I'm tired of this. And he retires. How many years old does a coach get? I should have like a base for coaches and then have it add to their have a random age for all the coaches. Random age. Whenever they're created in the league, they get a random age. Youngest coach to middle coach. And then it's going to add on their coaching experience. And that'll be their age. So I'll give them a random age of starting age, 26 to 35 or 40. And then have it add their coaching experience. And then I'll set them to retire at some random point after. So between 60 and 80. An 80-year-old coach. They'll just retire because they don't want to coach no more. Or maybe if they're young enough, like I can have them retire at 57 or something, or in their 50s. And then a team can do something like, you can maybe get a guy to come out of retirement, but he ages with the league. So he could be 60 some, 70 some, and you call him back. But for a few years, he might still be willing to come back. And maybe I'll do stuff like make sure that the team's already got to have some kind of a basis for success before he'll even accept a job, come out of retirement. Like maybe if you want this guy to come out of retirement, you have to have drafted, number one quarterback in football or something. All right, I'm signing off for now. Until next time.